This is why I shouldn't be given a microphone.
Go on.
Because, well, firstly, what you've done here is you've given me something that is going to make the internet angry no matter what I say. So kudos. Kudos to you. What are you drinking?
I have water. It's on the other side of the room, but I have water.
You can
What about you? Yeah.
I've got my usual cola that will not be named. 0, 0, 0.
0. No caffeine. Right, okay.
No caffeine, no sugar, no fun.
I love that.
Pretty sure I broke a toe about half an hour before I got on.
Wait, how? And which toe? Because that's also important.
Yeah, just the middle toe on my left foot. I did like the worst stubbing that has ever happened in the history of all stubs. When I tried to put something in the washing basket and just full on like drop kicked the door, which was open, so that the little middle of the door like that went like crunch right into my toes.
Oh no.
It's gross, and my toe is like puffy, and I think it's going to turn a bit purple. But I don't need that toe anyway.
Is it bad to like, well, technically you do need your toes because they help you balance your body, but like, how does one, because don't people say that like with the little toe, if you stub it or if you break it, you just leave it and it'll heal on its own?
Yeah,
I mean, I'm not a doctor, but
they, whoever they are, say that toes will heal themselves. Although I think if it's the big toe, you have to do something about it, because apparently the big toe's the only one you need. Like, you could chop the rest off and you'd be fine, but if the big toe goes, you're in trouble.
That's fascinating. And now I'm just staring at my feet, being like, what could I do with my little toes?
Yeah.
I love. It's gonna sound so weird. I love when
another cheesy beans thing.
Oh, I love when Ben and I are like sat facing each other on the couch. So like I'll be laying that way, like full, and he'll be laying full this way. So like he'll have his legs on top of mine, kind of situation. And then I will like surprise him, and then all of a sudden I'll get like our toes to like cross.
That is no.
I've done it a few times, and he's like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And I'm like,
"That's horrible. That's horrible."
I love freaking people out with my feet and like playing with their feet too. Not in like a weird foot fetish way, just like in a normal weird way.
Do you know Joe Sugg?
Yeah.
You know, he was taking pictures with his girlfriend for ages where it was like, you know, when they were doing that craze of like when the girl's walking in front, she's like holding his hand and it's like his POV with the camera, like that. He was doing loads of those, but like instead of his hand, it was his foot.
That's definitely something that I would do.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of like different ways that I can trick my boy to take feet pictures with me.
We listen and we don't judge.
No, it's okay if you do judge, it's fine. I think my goal in life is to get like famous and be on WikiFeet and have a high score on WikiFeet. Because I've been told I have really nice arches. Even though my feet's a bit of a mess at the minute. Yeah. You have really what?
Flat feet.
Oh.
I wouldn't be winning any WikiLeaks competitions, especially not on my deformed toe.
I don't know, people like bruising, so I don't know, people are weird. People are like into stuff. People tend to request like weird things, so like on Only Feet and Feet Finder, and not that I know from experience. Just yeah. Why do you look so like concerned?
You just know so much about this. We
It's
listen and we
definitely a
get
career.
judged, damn it.
Basically, it's a career path that at one point I was considering.
Well, that's fair enough.
If somebody's gonna pay me to take a picture of my feet in like a jar of mayo, and it's gonna be like a decent amount of money, I would 100% do it.
Yeah, but I'm not bruising my feet for anyone. I'll do it by
No,
accident. It's gonna happen, clearly.
but it's like a necessary.
That's a very nice way of thinking about it. Anyway. Shall we jump into the chapters for today's episode, which is chapters 31 to 40? Because it's been a really, really bumper chapter set.
Holy crap! I feel like we went from oh my god, not much happened to everything has just happened in the last 10 chapters.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so ready for the news.
All right, good. Because it's ready for you. Hold on.
Have you got your slutty glasses?
Yeah. I have a new set of slutty glasses today, because I got told off for using the other pair that I'd stolen from my boy. So he instead gave me a different pair of his own glasses that he doesn't mind me stealing, apparently. So you get to see glasses set 2 today.
I love that.
Oh, my headphones keep falling out. What a nightmare. Right.
Oh my god, I can't wait to see this.
They're pretty similar.
Oh,
So dirty as well. Wow. They're really dirty. It'll be fine.
You
I
can't
don't really
tell.
need them to read.
I was gonna say you can't really tell either, don't worry.
Okay. This is Don't Tell the Boys News. Today, here. Let's start again. I'm so psyched. Right.
What?
Oh, okay. Don't question me. This is Don't Tell the Boys News, and here are today's headlines. Violet is rescued from the top of the tower by Jack Barlowe, who claims to have turned over a new leaf. Violet tells Xaden she's told her friends the truth. Together, they, with Arik, break into the scribe vault to steal a founding journal, where it's revealed that Xaden killed Arik's brother. Nolan drugs Violet, and she's tortured by Varric for days, but refuses to confess to the theft. Dain is brought in, and Violet shows him everything. He stabs Varric and breaks her out with Xaden, who tells her he loves her, finally. Violet kills Varric, and they escape with the help of Violet's mum, who reveals that she engineered Xaden's salvation in exchange for guardianship over Violet. They share the truth with the other cadets and defect to Eretia with half the rider squadron. It's revealed that Andana's growth is stunted and she'll never carry a rider. Mira and other defectors arrive in Eretia, where Mira learns of Brennan's survival. Violet and the assembly leaders attempt to harness the wardstone, but unsuccessful, so Violet flies to Poromiel to bargain for Luminary, defying X's direct forbidding of it. And that's it.
Damn, that was like a minute exactly.
So, I'm going to start with a little red flag, green flag today.
Yay.
And it's not exactly that well structured a flag request, but I just wanted to have a little moment for Jack.
Oh, yeah.
Before I ask if you think his behavior is red flag, green flag, because I feel like obviously it was green flag behavior, I just want to say my actual question for you is, Jack, can Thamy fix him? And I want this to almost like, I feel like we could have a new segment about this where I just give you a character and I'm like, could Thamy fix him?
Is this supposed to be a red flag, green flag moment, or am I supposed to be like, yes, I can?
No, I was
Able to
more
convince
like,
you.
genuine question, like, do you believe him? Because it was obvious green flag behavior, but me personally, I don't trust him as far as I can throw him. So, like, it hasn't changed my opinion of him at all. I'm just like, what are you playing at? And so I guess I wanted to ask what your opinion on that was. Do you think that you can trust his apparent change of heart? Like, is he fixable?
So I'm gonna say, with my honest opinion right now, I don't think we can trust him. We don't know if he's gone to, like, with Xaden.
I know, right?
Like,
Where is he?
we don't know where he is. I wouldn't be surprised if he stayed at the school, and then that will be a bigger showdown if he has. But I also don't, like, I don't know, and this is the only thing that would keep me from being like, no, he's a full red flag at the minute. I don't trust him. I don't know if Violet sort of almost killing him was what made him realize that actually she's a lot stronger than he is, if that makes sense. Like, was her literally like striking down a mountain to kill him made him realize, holy shit, like, I'm not gonna win here. Do you know what I mean?
We all know that person who is like so nice and personable to all the senior managers, but an absolute shit to everyone who is below them in terms of seniority. Like, we all know that person. And so you're saying you think Jack's like that? Like, now he's gone, oh, actually, you're stronger than me. He's like, do you want to be besties?
I need you on my side. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I don't know, because he obviously like didn't save her because he wanted to. He got there because he thought he heard screaming, and then he realized it was Violet, and then he was like, oh shit, I should probably help. But like, do you know what I mean? It felt like he didn't have a choice, but he did it anyway.
But also, like, we know Jack's not the first person to run into a fray to like see what's going on and try and save people. So that in itself is so weird. And the fact that he had like the perfect opportunity and didn't just throw her off the tower, it would have been so easy. It was immaculate. No one would know. In fact, I think
that's what I thought. Yeah, I thought as soon as we found out that obviously he was alive, I was like, oh, how long is it gonna take for him to try and kill her again? And I was like, oh shit, Violet is being attacked. It can only be Jack Barlowe. I've completely forgot that Daddy Dain was out for vengeance because he's not been around. So.
Oh yeah, okay. Like assassinations every other day for these guys at the moment. I feel like I was assuming that actually it was going to turn out he had gone to Eretia with them and defected, because genuinely at the moment I feel like he's playing such a long game. I'm like, what is your deal, Jack? What are you trying to do? Like, why are you trying to ingratiate yourself with these guys? Why are you trying to suddenly be a good guy all of a sudden? Because I don't trust it.
I don't know. Red flag. I don't trust him. I'm waiting for him and Violet to have a showdown at some point, like I said. And yeah.
Okay. Well, that kind of leads me into one of the things I wanted to discuss today, which is I wanted to go over the sides that we were drawing up in the last episode, like who we think is going to be on the right side, who we think won't be, or just who's going to be on side with us, because I just need to review those now that we actually have answers way sooner than I was expecting.
Yeah, I mean, we know in terms of like the gang itself that they've all gone. We know that everybody in Fourth Wing themselves have gone. I want to know all the other side characters, and we know that Sloane has gone through too.
Yeah, but the professors, like we talked about the professors, and I obviously, it's just making me laugh so much that I was like, oh, Nolan's definitely a good guy. He's definitely on our side. And then immediately after we had that discussion, he drugs her and hands her over for torture. So my bad.
Yeah, I know, but I feel like it was bound to that kind of betrayal. I felt like was coming, but I didn't know who from. Like, we know that obviously Violet's mum has basically like betrayed them this entire time by lying to them and stuff. But I kind of was hoping that it was going to be her and they were going to set her up as the bad guy and not Nolan, who has literally like looked after Violet this entire time. And then now I have questions because I'm like, does Nolan actually know what's out there? Or is he just like, I just need to save my people? Do you know what I mean?
I think he knows. I took for granted that he knew. It's an assumption. I think he knows, and he just thinks that it's in the interest of the greater good that
Yeah.
it remains secret. That's just his decision. So, and it's interesting because he's very like greater good, greater good. Like I don't want any. I have to think about the majority.
Yeah.
Whereas, I guess Lily S's motivation is just I only care about my children and I don't care about anything else. The world can burn, which I'm not gonna lie, I felt warm inside.
Yeah.
When that scene happened.
Yeah, that chat that she had with Violet, I think I highlighted a lot of it. But especially the bit where Violet kind of goes on about how, like, did you want me to become a rider and not a scribe because they're weak or whatever? And I love her comeback, and she just went, bullshit, the love of my life was a scribe. And I was like, she did love him. Because for a brief moment, I genuinely thought that Lilith's relationship with their dad was very off. Like, was one of those where she's like, I'm a general and I'm in charge and you're like beneath me, but you're my husband. And yeah.
Dynamic.
Very like Game of Thrones-esque. That's kind of what I imagine. And then for her to come out and say that, especially as well how earlier in fourth thing, I think, Violet basically says that like her mum didn't even mourn their dad. And I thought that was really cute that actually she just deals with her emotions in different ways.
Exactly. I held out hope for you, Lily S. You did not disappoint me. I feel like
no.
She's an interesting player because I feel like she's on Violet's side, but she's not really on anyone's side. She's just she's an uncontrollable variable. She'll do whatever she thinks she has to do, and she's not loyal to anybody.
No, I definitely agree. I think she's, like we said, like she is the type of person that's like stay alive for her family. Like she's not, like she just wants to protect them.
And it is the Snape a little bit. She kind of, I feel like we compared it to like a bit maybe like the Snape character a while ago, and I feel like there's a lot of evidence
definitely.
That.
I am really interested in seeing how her character is going to go now, though, because she obviously gave a lot of the riders the option to, the riders that were in the outpost, the option to either go or stay. And like, what happens now? What's General Malgrin is going to do to her? Because it's betrayal.
I don't think he knows about her involvement at all.
Yeah, but he will do, obviously, when he realizes that half of the riders in the outpost have like disappeared.
Why?
What do you mean why?
Why would he know that she was involved in that?
Because she's the general.
So?
And if anybody turned around and was like, yeah, Lilith told half of them to go if they wanted, they have the option.
But why would anyone tell her that? She wasn't there.
She was.
Was she?
Then she's the one that told Mira and her team all about it. Was it Mira's? I'm sure she said that she was in one of the outposts and she told them.
Oh, so that bit, I assumed that everybody was given that choice. That wasn't her order. That was my assumption. But as for the stuff happening at the Riders Quadrant, I don't think anybody knew she was there except for like she was there and she helped them out. But I don't think she was there when they told everybody else.
Oh no, I mean like in the outpost, not at Basgayev when Violet.
I assumed that was sanctioned.
Oh no, I assumed that basically what happened was she was away because Xaden was like leaving all these carcasses on the borders, and then it was kicking off and they were trying to hide it, so she had to go to try and fix it as the general, and then came back to Basgayev 7 days later, realized that Varys had like kidnapped her daughter, and she went off on one trying to find her. That's kind of how I interpreted it. Yeah.
I didn't think that it was her, because I'm gonna have to go. No, I'm not going to go back and read it. I'll figure it out. But I feel like so my assumption had been that had been a general order or decree, because it was people coming from all the outposts, right? So it's not like she'd gone to visit them all. They'd all met up on the way. So I think even if she did go to Mira, I think other people were going to other outposts and giving them the same choice. That was my assumption. But we can somebody fact check us, please?
Yeah. Because either way, I'm still very confused. Because if it was Lilith, who told everyone else? Do you know what I mean? Right. And like, how did that work?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I got a bit confused there, but in my mind, that's kind of how I read it or interpreted it.
So great for Lilith. Shit for Nolan. And meh for Jack, just like a medium meh. Yeah?
Yeah.
Sad for Nolan, though. That was tragic. Sad for me.
I know.
Because I liked him.
I know. Yeah, you were rooting for him.
Oh, it was a moment, though. Like,
How did you react when you read it?
The moment she took a drink, I knew. The moment she took a drink, I was like, shit.
Yeah.
Why? Like,
yeah. I reacted to this bit live on Threads, and which made me laugh because I was reading so quickly because I was so into it, and then I literally went, I feel like at this point it's pretty clear to everyone but Violet that she shouldn't accept drinks from strangers. This girl doesn't learn her lesson. Like, and I understand that she's recognized the smell, or the taste, or whatever.
But she didn't, because she still swallowed it. Like, I'm sorry to make like a very crude spit or swallow joke, but I just feel like the moment she was like, "This tastes a bit funny,"
spit it out, bitch.
You know, actually, would she have been fine if she'd spat? Would she have been all right? Probably.
I don't know. Is it one of those things that she needs to have like consumed so that it's in her system?
Yeah, right.
Or is it one of those things where like a little bit? Yeah. Yeah. I wasn't surprised by it, because as soon as he rocked up with a cup of tea, I was like, don't drink that.
I defended you.
Yeah. I was, to be fair though, I had my suspicions with Nolan when he was healing Jack. I was like, what's he up to? I didn't realize that obviously it was Jack at the time, and technically he wasn't doing anything wrong back then, but also like, this is where my issue with Nolan like started, because he healed Jack but didn't tell Violet. He knew that Jack wanted to kill her, and like, I understand that, you know, he's a student or whatever, and technically, like, as somebody in charge, you need to look after your students. Well, yeah. But I just got really pissed off. I was like, why wouldn't you tell Violet about it? Wouldn't you?
Yeah. Probably not if I was under duress, but which is what is the assumption I made. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Point taken. This brings us nicely to the interrogation, which she's been subjected to for, I think it's like 5 days. ish.
Yeah. Before we start, can you imagine having your bones broken? Can you imagine what that feels like over and over again?
No.
Like,
I've never broken a bone. Well, I broke my toe today.
oh, right.
I don't think I've ever
And that,
broken a bone.
but I feel like your little toe situation there just goes to
Yeah.
show how much it hurts.
Yeah. So, okay, if I imagine what that was like a lot, then it would just be like, ow. I'm there.
You're being
I'm
tortured
there.
and you're like, ow.
Ow. Owie. Yeah. 5 days of stubbed toes.
Yeah. That'd be so funny. Hold on, because I was very taken back by that scene. I wasn't, because I knew that obviously Varish was gonna do his thing, and
I was like, here we are. This is what this has been leading up to since Varish arrived. I keep calling him Varric, by the way. So I would apologize, but fuck off.
It's fine.
Here we are, where we knew we'd always be. Him and me / Violet in a chair, getting my feet stubbed for 5 days.
I know. The first thing I want to say, I've just got like 3 quick things to say about this whole section. First of all, I'm so proud of Violet for not saying anything, because technically she didn't say anything. The information got like taken from her. Like, she did so well. So yeah. Boop, boop.
Okay.
Shout out to Violet. Second of all, it absolutely broke me. Like, I had tears in my eyes when she started to see Liam. Like,
Liam.
At this point, we should all know how I feel about Liam.
Oh.
I could see, and this is sound like crazy, but like, because we know that hopefully there's the talks of a TV adaptation for this. I could see the scene. I could see it, and I was sobbing. The moment she started to see Liam, I was like, she could die. She's on the verge. She is seeing Liam. What does this mean? And the fact that he was there through all of it, just, oh my God, it broke me. Yeah.
I know, and also like my conspiracy brain was going as well, because like she's having nightmares about this Brennan Sage guy, who 100% don't think those are just nightmares. I think it's some kind of weird telepathy, for sure.
Like Harry Potter style, yeah. We'll get to it.
Like I'm imagining like a weird little Voldemort just in his brain.
Yeah,
like,
that's exactly what I've been thinking. Yeah, go on.
But also part of me was like, is he doing this too now? Is he doing this too? But like, is he trying to keep her alive for some reason? Like, is he giving her something that she wants to see to help her get through? But yeah, I don't know. My conspiracy brain was going based on no evidence, loads of red string, and no evidence.
Good one. No, but that's a really good one. Yeah. I'll be heartbroken if it was him. Also, I keep seeing different theories now, like on Threads and on Instagram, and I don't want to, because obviously some of them contain spoilers, but I feel like this, in the best way possible, and this isn't something that I've seen online, the only thing that I can think of, the only reason, that I could think of that Violet could see Liam, and it's a possibility because we know how these worlds like work, is if she has another signet, because she's got another dragon, she's got 2 dragons, and if she can either see the dead, she can communicate with the dead without a Ouija board sort of vibes. Yeah.
So we're just going to jump straight on to me talking about Undana then, because that's what I wanted to talk about, which is, do you think Violet has a second signet? Because
Yeah.
yes, I do. I just don't know what
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it'll be a while until, because obviously we thought that the time stopping thing was going to be her signet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
I
she's due
fully
another.
think she's older now. She's
Yeah.
also absolutely loving Sassy and Dana. Teenage and Dana has been like chef's kiss.
Yes.
Like,
What was
she's
I can't
so
remember what it was
funny.
she said. She said something so funny to Ten. He was like, can you carry me or something? And he was like, are you trying to insult me? And she said, can you carry me while being insulted or something? And I was like,
Yes,
that is the
I
best.
posted that on Threads. It was so funny. He goes,
That's the
that question.
funniest line in the book.
Yeah. He goes, that question insults me. Can you carry a luminary while insulted? She prods. 10 growls. I thought it was so funny. It was
Riddick
so
wishes he was
good.
that funny.
Oh, I like Riddick.
I like
I'm
him. He's got class clown vibes and it's a bit of an ick.
I like that.
But he's
Yeah,
fine.
but and Dawn is just like naturally funny because she's one with the girls. She's just
one of the girls.
she's just a girl. Yeah.
Before on the topic of signets, I just wanted to say that Felix said something to her when he was training her that I really, really was like, oh my god, what does this mean?
Go on.
It felt like he was questioning whether or not Violet's signet was actually lightning.
Yeah. So no, you go first. You do your bit first.
You wield pure power that takes the form of lightning because that's what you're most comfortable shaping it as. Apparently, Car never taught you that either. So I'm sitting here and going, are you telling me that she's a siphon?
I don't know what that means. Remind me what a siphon means.
One of the powers that I predicted that she had in the beginning was siphoning. I'll admit I was a bit all over the place with those. But basically siphoning is where you can just like take power and mold it into other things. And I think though it might have been in the context of like taking other people's powers. But I don't know.
Yes,
but anyway,
I remember
when he said that. I was like
so okay, this is a big hear me out. It's not a prediction, but my prediction is that you know how the venom can suck out energy.
Yeah.
And they need the energy to survive.
Yeah.
I'm getting vibes.
Well, like you think she could just suck them all dry? She's like, no, I'm having that back.
No, yeah, yes and no, but clearly she has no freaking idea how big and powerful her powers actually are. Yeah. So I think that she is not Venom-esque, but like she's got that ability of sucking the power from the earth, from big, powerful things.
Well, she's got the ability to like power all the like a load of electric lights in a building if she wanted to. Like she could be the secret to, you know,
putting the wards up,
hot showers and
I'm like, yeah, she can put the words up, and you're like,
yeah,
she can turn a hot shower on.
Yeah, washing machines, like
that's amazing. Because she yields energy, I think that, and she yielded energy for the first time ever, or like lightning. She just assumes that like lightning is the only thing that she can. But like Felix said, you know, there's power in the earth. There's power in everything. So I'm
if we start a heart.
Yeah, I'm just really excited to see what happens with the powers next. Like what do they actually become? And is she what's the word? I don't know. Is she like a beacon of energy? Because you know how Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Was there anything else that you wanted to talk about in relation to the interrogation?
Hold on. Dain coming in at the end. That's important. And
Yeah.
that fits just your choosing sides topic, because holy fucking shit, did we expect Dain to rock up and do what he did? I didn't.
Don't ask me, because we already know the answer. Well, I wouldn't say I knew he was going to do it, but like I've been going for ages. Can we let's give him the opportunity for redemption arc? I love a
Yeah.
redemption arc, so I was just like all for it. So yeah, but he still has he can still fuck up tomorrow, like but it's nice.
Yeah.
I feel like it's nice that we've had that underlined almost that whole section. Like, I'm not saying I ship them, like him and Violet, I don't, but I think he, in my eyes, he has redeemed himself for the shitty things that he did prior, for the most part, now, as a result of having taken such a stand. I'm not saying that he and Violet need to be besties, because ultimately he did still violate her trust. That's separate. The friendship part is separate. But in terms
and he did
of
it again. He
yes,
still went through her mind. So it's like,
yeah, he did.
yeah, you did a good thing, but also like Nora was in the room and you were saying out loud what she was doing. Can't remember if they killed her off or not. So
Well, yeah, I mean, we could get into that all day, and the nuances of like whether he really, like, what choice he had, and if he was even bluffing with that, and what he was doing. But I just think that he has chosen his side now, and he's made the right choice up till now, which is great news. But like, obviously, personal issues with him and Violet notwithstanding, because that's up to her if she wants to get on with him or not. But pretty big turnout from Dain, because he did also like, he comes from the same background as Violet. He had nothing to gain really, apart from Violet, obviously, who was clearly his priority, and everything to lose. And he did what Violet did, and ultimately abandoned everything that he knew and everything that was safe to go for what he thought was the right thing to do. So credit to him.
Yeah, 100%. And I think in terms of like Dain and his redemption arc and his storyline, I'm really interested in seeing his dad's reaction. Like, what is his dad gonna do when he realizes that his son is now a traitor?
Yeah, I know.
Because they're not gonna take him back. I don't think he would want to go back.
No, I don't think he would either. But I really want to see how his dad reacts compared to how Lily S reacts to the situation. Like, does he throw his son under the bus, or does he try and convince him to turn traitor again? Maybe. Does he try and say, "Come back with me now, and we'll pretend it never happened"? Like, what does he do?
Yeah, because he's been gone for a while. Not that I assume that he's gonna rock up anytime soon, but yeah. That's kind of where I'm at with that, the interrogation, and Dain. Liking the episode? Let us know how we're doing in the comments below. But please, no spoilers. And don't forget, you can find us at don'ttell_theboys on Instagram, TikTok, Threads, and YouTube. We're all over the place. Make sure to follow us to stay updated with your new book besties.
My last red flag, green flag to kind of round off this whole bit is Violet flying to meet Tecarus and lying to Xaden about it. Red flag, green flag.
Look, I will have Violet's back every fucking time. But I am torn in this one, because I'd say green flag because she just wants to help out her friends. However, I think the reason why I can't back her up in this case, obviously she lied to Xaden, and we know how she feels about lies, so big hypocrite.
Yeah.
But because she failed at sorting out the stone, and all of her hard work clearly didn't work and whatever, the wards didn't come up when she tried to get everybody to perform a freaking blood sacrifice. I was kind of disappointed that she was doing it out of rage because she felt like she wasn't good enough and she never failed in life before. So she wanted to, she couldn't live with herself with the fact that she failed. And I thought that was the kind of a big character flaw for me, is that she has to be perfect, or she feels like she has to be perfect all the time. But then the big slap in the face was obviously Xaden being there already, so who fucking knows?
Yeah. Ultimately, it's fine because at this point I'm just like, these crazy kids, what are they like? It's all drama, and he knew, so he went to catch her out, and obviously he's gonna be mad, and they'll have angry,
they're definitely gonna
sex and all that.
Yeah,
but they're fine with it. I mean, I'm gonna say I think red flag. I agree with you. You know me. I have Violet's back all day. No one's allowed to say anything bad about her, but I'd be telling her off for that one. I better stop it.
You can't. I feel like you can't be mad at him the entire fucking book for lying to you, and then lying to him. The first chance you get, you go
making
off and lie
without him, and
you're supposed to be a fucking team.
I know.
It did really annoy me because I was like, oh fucking hell, here we go again.
I mean, obviously he was like, this is where it starts to get a little confusing, because considering the situation that they're now in more officially, technically she reports to him now, which makes it a little difficult. I mean, does she report to him? Do we need to get into this? Because effectively they've all defected to his side into a space where he's kind of now officially in charge, and even an heir to the freaking mansion that they're all staying in. He's in charge now. He has chain of command, presumably over her as well. So that makes this a little bit complex, because he was kind of telling her what to do, and he basically just forbid she do it, and she was like, I don't care, which I get, actually. I would also, probably less secretively, but I probably would be like, I don't care, I'm gonna do what I want, fuck you. So
100%, no one's gonna tell me what I can and can't do, especially if I've got my mind set on something. But I am interested, like you said, in figuring out how this is gonna work, because she's the one that realized that he was in charge and that he's the heir. So for her to then go against his orders, hypocrite. Something needs to happen there, because she can't get away with it. Because how is he supposed to set?
They need to figure out now whether or not that power dynamic's actually going to exist between them, because that's the kind of thing that you'd normally have to sign paperwork about. So if you had an HR department, so I feel like that they should maybe just sit down and just be like,
take him to HR.
Can you tell me? Yeah, can you tell me what to do or no? Let's figure that out here. And then I think they've got to set some boundaries, but
yeah, because I reckon in her eyes, technically, her wing leader is still Dain.
Ooh.
But then,
that's so true. Bless you. Bless you.
My allergies have been absolutely insane today.
Oh, that's such a good point. Yeah, okay. This is all kinds of messed up now. It's going to have to get fixed. But...
Yeah. Anyway, I think that's kind of one of the things that I'm really looking forward to figuring out next. Is how this shit show's gonna run.
Yeah, and on that note, on to the character rankings.
If you are listening to the episode, I highly recommend switching over to video format so you can see our beautiful little diagram where we are ranking all the characters, and you can tell us in the comments if you agree, if you disagree, or I don't know, if you think that the categories needs a name change. come and join us in the video format. So we've got, I feel like the top row next question is
Yep,
a pretty stable one at the
I
minute.
agree.
I'm very happy with that one. On rar, we've got Scale and Dana Day, which is Liam's dragon, Garrick,
Yeah.
Sloane, Sawyer, Professor Kaori.
Yeah. So can I want to move Andana above Scale now because she's just amazing. In fact, I probably even put her, hell, I want to put her in the top category now.
Yes,
Ooh,
100%.
where?
I agree. Um, I don't know. I think she's like maybe above Rhiannon.
Yeah, I think I might agree with you. Go on then.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. No, I'm happy with that. Yeah, we
Mm.
don't get much of Scale, to be honest. So
No, she's been pretty absent. I also feel I'm
yeah.
also I'm also in my mindset now of like seeing where all the professors have gone. I want to
Mhm.
anyone who didn't come with us. I kind of want to be like, you're an adorable disaster at best now.
Yeah, I was 100%. I was gonna say this about Professor Kaori,
Yeah,
because we had a really nice interaction with him. Well,
yeah,
Violet did, obviously. And I was like, holy crap, he's going to come with us. Like, he has to come with us
yeah,
because he's on our team. And then to
yeah.
find out that he's decided to stay, I was like, wait, what? Like,
I
I
know.
just didn't expect him
Lame.
at all. However, my like positive prediction is he a um what's it called, potential for a spy?
Oh, okay.
Could he be a spy
He could be, I
if there is
guess.
a war, you
Yeah,
know?
maybe. Where should we put him in there? Should we? How are we feeling about him compared to Dain and Bade and Clyde?
Well, I kind of want to move Dain up anyway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, or at least move up in Adorable Disaster, not up
Mm.
to meh. Um, I don't know. I would put Professor Kaori
Yeah.
after Clade, between Clade and Brennan,
Yeah. Okay.
because I
Yeah.
feel like so. Yeah, and then I kind of want to move Dain to where Brennan is and move Brennan up.
Oh, I'm still annoyed at Brennan, but we can do that. That's fine. I think
For
it's a
now, I'll just pop
personal
him there.
vendetta.
Yeah. I kind of want to move.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to move Dain here. Brennan,
Hmm.
I'm happy for him to stay at the end of Meh, or
Yeah.
even like between Imogen and Jacinia, or just before, like in between Imogen and
Yeah.
Bodidi. Um, but I think the important one in Meh is Lilith. Like, how do you feel about Lilith now?
She, I love Lilith now. She's one of the most interesting characters in the book for me now.
Mm.
We definitely have to move her up. But the question is where to. Big episode for Lilith. Also Mira as
Yes.
well. I want to move Mira straight up into Rar. She can go. I feel like I want to put her above Sloane.
Yeah.
Um,
I agree.
and Lilith. It feels tragic to have her in Meh now.
Yeah, I feel like she deserves to be at the end of Raw.
Yeah, I agree. She's a bad
Because
bitch.
I was thinking like I would love to have her POV in all the sacrifices that she's had to do
Hmm.
for her kids so far,
Yeah,
or like since their dad died. Because I just want to know her perspective of things and sort of like how she climbed up the rankings as
yeah.
well. Yeah, would love. I love her like single mom story.
Great little
Um,
prequel. That would be. And Professor De Vera as well.
yeah.
She needs to go up.
Oh my god. Yeah. she's like up here for me. I did not expect her to be on our side.
No.
I also love how
I didn't expect her to have been the person who was distributing the propaganda. That
yeah,
I really
exactly.
liked. I thought
That
she'd
was
be on our
like
side, but
a
yeah.
big twist. And I also love that she's like taken the initiative to like help with teaching of the students and figure out what now.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
Professor Carr can go down because he made the wrong
Yeah.
choice.
Yes.
And I don't know which side did Professor Imitario land on. Ours. Ours, right?
Yeah.
I think he
Oh,
can
I don't
stay.
know. He can just stay in there for now, to be fair.
Yeah. On account of the fact that we don't really remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The king. I think the king is the only one that I would want to move because it sounds like a move lower because it sounds like he knows or he knew everything that's been going on outside of the borders and just refused to refused to acknowledge it, completely ignored it, living in his little bubble palace or whatever.
Yeah. My
And I
only
think that's
question
really
for
shitty.
him is whether or not he's kind of a puppet or whether he's like actively commandeering this whole thing. Like
Yeah.
that, but either way, the result is the same. I'm just curious. And
Yeah.
also, can we move Varish down to below Jack now? Maybe even right at the bottom. I don't know. What do you think? Above or below Daddy
Yeah.
Dain? Just for the
And
torture.
yeah, 100%. And then maybe
Solus.
King Tari can go there as well.
There
There
we
we
go.
go.
Yeah, a Solus who
I'm gonna
may
move.
be Randall
Yeah,
from Monsters Inc. or possibly
maybe.
a rugged man with an eye patch, depending on who you ask.
The last one that I think is probably the most important one is Jack. Do we want to move Jack up? Do we trust ourselves to make the right decision in moving Jack? Or is it too early to move Jack?
Too early, in my opinion. I feel like we would be, you know what, fool me once, shame on you.
Yeah.
Fool me twice, shame on me. We can't be going right now. Surely we can't be going, yeah. Let's move him
Like,
up.
forgive him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, do we disagree?
Look, I think he saved Violet's life, okay? Like it or not, he did save her life. I think I would move him to the top of A Plague of Both of Your Houses or to the bottom of I Can't With You. Because he's still like in that amber space.
It's got to be the top of A Plague on Both Your Houses then.
Yeah, because he's not giving us loads to. Yeah.
Okay. We're still missing Tynan. Poor Tynan. Poor forgotten Tynan from Fourth Wing. Incinerated, but still in our hearts.
Yeah. Every time I like create the new labels, I just forget about him. Sorry.
I like Tynan we forget by accident, but Bo Diddy is 100% deliberate now.
I love Bo Diddy. I also think like Bo Diddy is doing really well as what is he? Squad leader?
Yeah, do you know what? To be fair, we can move him up out of Meh. Can we put him at the bottom of Rar now?
Yeah, because he's doing so much to help our girl Violet, and it's getting noticed.
Just about.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Also, I think the one person we definitely should move up is Jacinia.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Like, she risked her life.
Obviously, Jacinia should be leagues above Imogen for me.
Yeah. I'm gonna put
how I feel
her.
about her.
I'm gonna put her with Sloane. Actually, no. I'm gonna put her between Sloane and Mira.
Yeah,
She's
I'm
pretty.
on board
She's
with
pretty high
that.
up there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, Imogen is a bit of a hit and miss at the minute, and this is why I don't want to particularly move her. Um, I don't know if I missed this, but since when is Imogen's signet being able to erase short-term memories? Or is that even just like the surface level of a signet? Because what the actual F? Like,
Right. It feels like she has two signets, right? Because she can erase short-term memories, and then also she has super speed.
she has super speed?
Yeah, because she was the first person that Violet ever sparred with, and she used her signet against her on the mat. Do you remember?
Ah. No, I don't
So
remember, to be honest.
I did know she could erase short-term memory,
Yeah.
but I can't remember whether it's actually been whether we've been told prior to now, or whether it's because we
Yeah.
read the Xaden POV chapters and it got mentioned in that. And I think the chapter
Ah.
where it was mentioned, to be fair, was
Yeah.
released after Iron Flame, so it could just be that I found that out in the wrong
Right.
order.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah. Maybe I just don't remember. I don't remember Xaden's POV.
Yeah.
I would say I'll reread it, but that's a lot of effort. But yeah, I've Imogen is someone, and I know that we mentioned in the last episode that we're a little bit sus with her because we don't really know where she stands. I think this just sort of solidifies that we can't really trust Imogen.
Why not? Okay. This is really funny to me that you said this, because
Why?
I trust Imogen is on the right side 100%. I just don't like her. Like, I just don't like her.
No, I do think that she's in the right side, but I think with Imogen, I'd be worried that somebody like would try and use her the same way that Varys tried to use Dain because of his signet. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of
Yeah,
it's not even her own doing. It's more of like how will people or how could she, I don't know.
She wouldn't care either. Like, is it just as much a violation of consent for her to do what she's doing?
Yeah.
I'm saying something very, very controversial within the fandom right now because I know that Imogen is very popular and I'm really sorry to anybody who likes her, but I like to ask the tough questions. And if we're going to be 100% objective, is it the same? I want to hear people's opinions because,
Yeah.
you may disagree. You may disagree, but also it did get me thinking. Her power is quite similar to Dain's, and we know that Dain is looking to develop his power and read memories from further back. So does that mean that Imogen could potentially just reach a stage where she can wipe someone's whole memory? Because
Holy
that
shit.
is scary and cool.
Yeah.
If Dain gets good enough at his powers, would he be able to see people's very first memories? Like, would he be able to really live what it was like being born? Because no one remembers anything from like 3 and under.
Yeah.
Very important questions. I'm happy with that. I think that overall we've done a big update today.
Okay, so I've only got 2 FMKs this week, and they're very random. FMK, Brennan, Liam, or Garrick? And Garrick.
Easy. Because I will always marry Liam, first off. He's the top of our character rankings for a reason. I feel like he's is there a character that I would put above Liam in the marry category? I don't think so.
Ooh.
Fuck Garrett, kill Brennan. Because you know how I feel about Brennan right now. I don't like him.
Yeah.
I like loyal people. He is not loyal. Well, okay, he's loyal to the cause, That's almost the problem. He's too loyal to the cause, and he's not loyal to the people in his life in the same way. Like, I feel like we talked about this before, but male character, like the male love interest, can get away with so much in my eyes as long as they are loyal to the female main character. And I think obviously Brennan's not the love interest in this instance, because that would be a totally different book.
Yeah.
But I just feel like the characters I like are the characters that would like burn the world for you, not the ones that would burn you for to save the world. And so that's why Brennan goes squarely in the kill category for me.
That's a good one. Okay.
What about you?
I think again, Liam, marry, love him. I'd probably kill Brennan and F Garrick.
What makes you feel that way? Because I feel like your reasons would be different to mine.
I mean, Garrick is like a younger version of Xaden, or like a Xaden's cousin or whatever. So I feel like
that's Bo Diddy.
Bo Diddy. I thought it was Garrick. I thought they were. But
you've been living a lie, my friend. Bo Diddy is Xaden's cousin.
Living a lie. That's so funny.
Garrick is his best friend. Garrick is his best friend, but he's like Garrick's like a slightly like more hench version body wise of Xaden, with a whole over the top description of the two of them on the mat.
Yeah, I think so the reason why mainly is because of how funny Garrick and Bo Diddy are together, and I'm just starting to like him a little bit more. Liam, obviously. Brennan, I don't know. I don't really know how I feel about Brennan yet. I don't think we've not been given a like obviously love interest vibes with him.
Obviously. And therefore we haven't had the gratuitous physical description.
Yeah, I've not had any fanny flutters whilst reading about Brennan, to be honest. So yeah, that's why. Okay, second
Dry
one.
as the desert. Sorry, Brennan.
Yeah. Soz. Right, next one. FMK. Sloane, Rhiannon, Jacinia.
I have to kill Sloane. Sorry, Violet. I should fight Violet to the death to kill Sloane.
Oh my god. I was not expecting that.
How could I put her above either Jacinia or Rhiannon?
In fact, that's true.
Just saying it and thinking about the weight of killing either of the two of them made me realize that Rhiannon has to come up top. Marry Rhiannon, but Jacinia kill Sloane.
100%. Exactly the same. I'm not too bothered about Sloane.
Okay.
I've got one random one that I just thought of that mixes 3 books, 3 different series that I know you've read.
Okay.
So, and you'll have to excuse me because the third person in this, the first male lead, I don't even know if he's a male lead. I've only just started reading the book. I'm only like in a few chapters.
I know where this is going. Okay, we're having a crossover episode with Folk Marry Kill today.
Yeah, so I've got Reese from ACOTAR.
Yeah.
Xaden. And Kingfisher?
Yeah.
Is that who? Yeah? Have I got him right?
This is why I shouldn't be given a microphone.
Go on.
Because, well, firstly, what you've done here is you've given me something that is going to make the internet angry no matter what I say. So kudos to you for that.
I wanted to make it super hard, but because I have to sit this one out because I haven't read Quicksilver, so
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so tough. I think Kingfisher is my favorite of the 3, which I do think puts me in the minority here because I think most people would choose Rhys or Xaden for sure. So I think if you were to do a poll, Kingfisher would come out the bottom. But I like him. However, I feel like I like him more in a fuck kind of way than a marry kind of way. So I'm going to put him there. Which means I've got to either kill Xaden or Rhys.
Oh my god.
Tough.
Do I need to give you a countdown?
No, you don't.
Okay.
I'm gonna go gut reaction, but I feel like my opinion would probably change a lot depending on the day. Right now I'm gonna say it's the wrong podcast to say this. Marry Rhys, fight Kingfisher, kill Xaden.
Oh my god. That's controversial. That is controversial.
I know. The sex scenes of Kingfisher were wild.
Oh, okay. I'll definitely need to read Quicksilver now then.
That's why I've been trying to get you to read it, Thamy.
It's on my TBR. I am reading it slowly because I've been focusing on Iron Flame. Maybe I'll read it on.
Can I change my mind and marry Kingfisher instead? Damn it!
No, you can't. Can't go back. I can't. I can't go back now. This is it.
I miss him.
Love that. And on that note, we'll see you next week.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
Join us as we read and react to Fourth Wing for the first time. Find out if I loved it, if Jessica hated it, who's hot, who's not. We'll also be doing other fun things like character rankings, fuck, marry, kill, would you rather, and answering your questions. Follow us across social media at don'ttell_the_boys. And finally, please rate our podcast after you decided you like it.